well, not real quick, but as quick as possible. I'm on the conventional Jason tutorial. I'm on to run through Slasher and a little bit of Relentless. I don't play Relentless too much. To the Deadwoods. It's like my favorite stage for Jason. Let me see. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna start off with is his mobility. He's not, for a bigger, like, you know, sort of a juggernaut character, he's not too slow. Like, this is his backdash. His backdash isn't that great, but it's not awful. Let me see. It's not bad. His forward dash is weird. It looks fast, but it's kind of tricky because he kind of like starts running and he stops. Speaking of run, his run is not absolutely great. Like, he starts off walking first, which is kind of weird. In combos, it works just like a regular run, but if you're using it to close distance or to like create pressure, it's really awkward. So a lot of times, if I get like, if I get like an overhead, like you have to be very specific or very quick rather with your run. If you want to go for like a double overhead setup, it's really weird. It's kind of good and bad because his run is disguised as his dash. That's his dash, and that's the beginning of his run. So it's kind of the same. So it can be tricky. His throw, he's got a longer throw, I believe, than most characters. I mean, it looks like a really long throw. I could be wrong. His jump arc, it's a little. It's not floaty. Floaty's not the word I want to use, but he hangs there for a bit. But it's good because of his air punch, his jump forward and jump back air punch is really good because you can hit it from a far distance. His range is really good in this variation. Let's see what else. Alright, let me run through his normals real quick, or the ones I use. I'm probably not gonna cover everything. I use that a lot. It's a reasonably fast overhead. It's got good range. The Sparta kick, but it's easy to, if you know fighting games, you know most Sparta kicks are overheads. So you know you kind of got to mix it up. I'll show you some mix-ups with the Sparta kick in Relentless. He doesn't really have those in this variation, although this variation is based on mix-ups. He's got his forward 4-2, which is a load of overhead that combos into itself 3 times, and you get a combo afterwards. It's really simple to do. You kind of just got to do it early so that they don't hit the ground, and you can get combo. That's 31% for absolutely no meter with just forward 4-2 3 times into 1-1-1. The last hit of the one is that shoulder rush, not to be confused with that move. And after that, I believe you can get a grab. No, you can't get a grab unless you're in the corner. But I'm gonna show you what I use this for mostly after I go through his special moves. He's got this string, which is a good combo starter, and it's a good punish. This is back 1-2-2. I use this mostly when you see me play this character. This is what I go for punishes. That's reasonably fast. Let me see how much it is. That's the gut stab. It's 11 frames. It's 11 frames, so it's not the fastest, but it is a decent punish if I'm reading that right. Yeah, startup is 11 frames. It's pretty good. And from here, you can get the neutral jump punch, and you can actually do forward 4-2 twice. His special moves, That's not all his strings. Those are the ones I use for the most part. I know he's got other stuff. He's got forward. I believe that's forward 1, 2. Oh, also this is important. I almost forgot this one. 1, 1, 2 ends in an overhead. So it's a good mix up. If you're trying to apply pressure with 1, 1, 1, which I believe is safe on block, or relatively safe on block, depending on who you're fighting. If they're just consistently blocking this and you're trying to, you know, apply pressure with this, you can just slip in the overhead and it'll hit a lot of the time. But his real mix-ups are gonna come from this. You could do it as a meaty, like if you get a EX grab. You can do it as a meaty and just, you know, they'll see the low come out and then they'll be focused on the low and then you can hit them with the overhead from, you know, a certain distance. The same with this move. If they're getting up off the ground, you can kind of throw it out early. And get them as they're waking up. His special moves, he's got this, which I already showed you, which is down forward X, or down forward 1, sorry. His down forward 1. It is blockable. It's not unblockable. But the EX version does have a full hit of armor. It's only 1 hit, but I use this a lot. I use it to end combos, but I also use it a lot when people jump in at me. Let me see if I can set the AI real quick to jump in at me. Movement, jump. I don't know if I can actually get him to jump and attack me. I don't know if I can get him, but yeah, this, if it's a counter hit, it actually does 25%. If they jump in, you eat a hit and then you get the counter hit, it's 25%. Regularly, I believe it is 20. Yep, it's 20% regularly. And you can use this to end most of his basic combos. You can also use the EX one, but I mean that's a decent amount of meter off a simple bread and butter, which I dropped because I'm a scrub. I didn't get the shoulder rush at the end, but his other special moves are this, which is Killing Machine, which is down 4. Out of all of his special moves, this is honestly probably my favorite. The reason is because, well, I'll show you why after I go through his other special moves. He's got his down back 2, which is the machete toss. It's a decent projectile. You're not gonna win too many projectile wars with it, but it does have a hit of armor when you EX it, and it does a big chunk of damage. A lot of damage on that. His other special moves are, I believe that's called Bloodshed. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't use that move a lot. I use it on Wake Up. Well, I've recently started using it a lot on Wake Up, but it's a Psycho Slash. This also has a hit of armor. Says, you know, he Jason, he needs armor. And it causes a hard knockdown, the EX one. I'm not sure if the regular one does. The EX one causes a hard knockdown. You could run in for a mix-up, a meaty. Actually, let me make sure that this actually does cause a hard knockdown, because I'm kind of just going off of what people do. Wake up mode off. That's not what I want. Wake up attack. That's not what I want. Roll on. That's what I want, I believe. Okay. Whatever. I'm stupid. Roll on back. Okay. So he should roll if I get him in a techable knockdown, then he should roll. So or quick rise. Excuse me. Wow. Oh my goodness. He should quick rise. Okay. So. Yeah, that they can't quick rise from that, so it gives you a set amount of time. It reminds me a lot of Solomon Grundy's walking corpse setups. because it gives you a set amount of time to run in or dash in and go for something that they pretty much either have to do a wake up move or they have to block, which gives you a chance to anticipate what they're gonna do. The non-EX one leaves them actually right in front of you. Oh, and it causes a face down knockdown. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know why I never noticed that before. Oops. Yeah, so those are his special moves, and those are the strings that I've used. The character he's been out for about 2 weeks or something now. I've been using him exclusively, but I still only know so much. But the reason I said this is my favorite special move so far is because a lot of times what I'll do is this. I'll get a combo or punish or whatever. Oops. Because if I end on the second hit, shoot. Alright. What I'm trying to do, I'm messing it up now because I'm a scrub, is in that second hit with that, because even if they roll, it gives me a chance to run in and do something, and if they choose to wake up with a button for whatever reason, then I'll have armor already set up. You can set it up if you do all 3 hits, but it's a little bit harder because it gives you more distance. And then I run in, and a lot of times they'll try to hit a button because they're scared, or they'll try to jump, and when they try to jump, they get hit by the overhead. The overhead will knock them out of the air. Can I not make him like jump on wake up? I guess I'll just have him do a move on wake up. Oh, that move didn't reach, but if I was running, I would have been able to catch him. You know, obviously they're probably not gonna do that on wake up, but you see the point. Let me turn this off real quick so that I can show you. Wake up mode off. Why do I keep doing that? Sorry. Alright, if you activate this, it gives them full armor, which I don't know if I actually explained that already, but I kind of felt like that was a given for anybody who's been paying attention to Jason. This gives him full armor. He can't jump, he can backdash, he can run, and let me see something. Actually, wait, can he? Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought he was backdashing, even though his stamina ran out. I was gonna say that's kind of crazy. But yeah, this gives him full armor. Like he'll absorb any hit. Aerial hits, lows, highs, it doesn't matter. Throws won't work. And what'll happen is people will try to attack on wake up and things like that, and you just catch him slipping, get him in a full combo, which is fine. But then that happens. He falls asleep at the end. I've learned to time it. It's about 7 seconds or so. So I've learned to time it well and get combos where, oops, I can like just knock them away quickly at the end. Sometimes I'll use the Sparta kick, but if I'm online, I'll just end with that. Sorry, my phone's ringing. I have no idea who's calling me. What else can I go over? His X-ray, it has, I believe, 3 hits of armor. It's 3 hits of armor. It does 32%. It's also a brutality side note, but it's not really worth trying to pull off. But what you're gonna use your meter for with Jason is armor moves mostly. Armor moves armor projectiles, just anything where he can just soak up a hit and just get just massive damage off of that armor. Like the armor is definitely a key to his gameplay, more so in his relentless variation, which I will show you right now. I should wait. How do I practice options? Sorry, I kind of want to see what's calling me. I don't know too much with relentless. I've only messed around with it, so I don't have to go over his mobility. His mobility is pretty the same. Obviously, his range is not as good because he doesn't have his sledgehammer. It's actually pretty bad in terms of his jump moves. In terms of his ground moves, he's got a lot of the same stuff. That is his shoulder rush is now like a clothesline, or it's called the temple punch, I believe. He's got this, which I like a lot, and the reason I like this a lot in this variation a bit more than the other variation is because Jason has a teleport. So I was explaining this to Broken Buttons the other day because he wants to play Relentless Jason. This, which is an overhead, and that, which is a low, they look the same. Just for they look really similar on startup. But that, which is forward 4-4, this is forward A, by the way. This, which is forward 4-4, or forward 4+4, or however you're supposed to say. I don't know the technical way to say it, but yeah. This is forward 4-4, and this is actually cancelable. So you can do that, and then canceling his teleport, and then you get meaty options for days. Also, if you EX it, he gets a hit of armor. I don't know if it's a hit. I don't know if it's like, I don't know how much armor he actually gets, but he walks off screen pretty quickly. So all you really need is a hit. He also gets a whole new group of command grabs. He has his air grab. Oops. Oh, I suck. Oh, I suck. That does a lot of damage. That's 17 damage. It also, you guessed it, it has armor. This is the oops. The non-EX one comes out a little bit slower. Also, I believe the EX one causes a hard knockdown. Yeah, the EX one causes a hard knockdown. So that's really good for setups. It's good for, like, you can end a lot of his combos with it and go for mix-ups. Let me turn off his jump stand. Okay. He has this move, which is called Pursuit. This mode is it's a double-edged sword because the startup on it is crazy. Even the EX one, the EX version, still has a lot of startup. I don't even know what the EX version is for. I don't know if it gives him armor or what. But what this does is it messes up the opponent's buttons. I don't know if it actually flips them or if it just makes them random. They also can't run and they can't dash. So a lot of times you'll see people going for shenanigans like that into armor teleport. The problem is it doesn't last very long. But he doesn't like fall asleep afterwards. Speaking of which, he does get this still, which he does fall asleep afterwards. So you'll see people do that and stuff like that. But the thing about that is it takes a long time. Watch, he's not even gonna get through this full grab, and then he's gonna fall asleep. But you can set it up, or you can just use his teleports. His teleports are really good for mix-ups. Don't think that they're free though, because until his body gets off screen, he's completely vulnerable. It's fast. It's not, you know, broken fast, but it is fast. And I mean, he's a grappler character. So these are used, like I said, to set up his new command grabs. He's got back forward X, which is his neck breaker. These are unblockable. These are unblockable. The EX gives them a hit of armor, and I believe they hit high and low. He's also got this one, which is my favorite. It's his backbreaker slash neckbreaker. His strings. I'll get into his strings real quick. Is that all of his special moves though? King Machine, Tight Squeeze. Oh, he still has the down forward 1. He guys down forward 1. But he still keeps the armor. The range on it increases by a whole lot, but it becomes not as useful as an anti-air because a lot of times he'll eat the hit and then go right under his opponent. It does massive damage. Also, another note is that he has an ability that's called Damned, and what happens is the lower his health gets, the more damage his moves do. So let me see here, life percentage. I'll put life percentage at 10%, and you can see I did 20%. Originally, I think it did 14%. Originally, it did 14%. So, let me just see what the actual difference is here. Yeah, that's, wait, what? I'm sorry, did I only do 6%? Oh, I'm stupid. Wow. I was looking at the hits, not the percentage. I was like, wait, what? So it did 18%. So, I mean, I guess it's not too much of a significant buff, but as his combos get longer, then you get to notice that his combos that were, you know, they were doing 30% before are now doing 40%, you know, and this 40% stuff is doing near 60. Because, you know, I don't know how damage scaling really works in this game, but it's crazy apparently. I mean, I know things do get scaled obviously, but his damage gets really high when he gets to a low percent. So his strings, I'm going to his strings real quick. This is his back 122. Back 122 is it. Let me see before I say anything. Let me see what it is on block. This is. Oh no, it's not back 122. Sorry, is it? It is. It's back 122. What am I looking at? Oh, it's just right here. Okay, it's -8, so it's not great. However, back 1-2 is safe on block. This is safe on block, and in fact, I think it might leave him plus. It might leave him plus, or you know, something like that. I'm still getting used to the way frames work in this game in comparison to the other games that I play. And this is really good because you can apply a lot of pressure with this string. It is a run combo. If you just do it and then you try to do it again, it won't work. But if you run, if you run, you can get it. It's timed a little bit weird online. It's a bitch to do. In order to get those last hits, the ones that you see me consistently whiffing, you have. I'm not sure if you have to run or if you just have to. You got to like hit them really high out of the air, or like you have to hit them really early. I mean, he's got other combos that he can do off of jump-ins, which are probably your best bet. As far as punishes go, I couldn't really give you much on punishes except for like going for like a setup or something silly and just trying to get, you know, chunk damage because he is a grappler character. So this is a mid, so I guess it could be a good punish. Let's see his back X, the lunge fist. It's -2. It's 13 frames, which isn't bad because he is a bigger character, and I think the fastest normal in the game is like 6 frames, so it makes sense. I've used this to punish a few things. I haven't tested it against a lot of the main moves that you'll be seeing people throwing out there to try and keep themselves safe. So I have to get back to you guys a bit on Relentless. But as far as his combos go, One jumping combo that I actually learned just from watching Maximilian. Let me see if I can do it here. Oops, dropped it. I'm not sure if I have to run after that, but that's pretty much the gist of it. You want to get a cross up overhead into forward 2. That's his forward 2, and then you can go 3-2 up 1, and after 3-2 up 1, you can go into back 1-2-2, and I think you can do back 1-2-2, back 1-2-2, back 1-2 into choke, which is down forward 1. So it'll go after the jump in. Well, let me just do the jump in. Oh, I'm such a scrub. This is it works a little bit like Solomon Grundy's overhead, but it's definitely not as useful. I don't know why I keep getting that. I'm trying to go for that. It's alright. It's not great. I wouldn't suggest using it to set up like any, game-winning mix-ups. I got into the habit of just canceling out of certain things in this teleport. Like if I see something hit, just either doing teleport while they're in a knockdown state or just canceling into it. Just going for just stupid stuff. Let me see if I can do this combo for you real quick. Let me not get stuck here trying to do this combo for you guys, because I'll stay here forever. So there you get 34%, which isn't bad. It's a fairly easy combo. You probably just have to practice it. And that's pretty much it for Jason. Between variations, he changes a whole lot. He almost becomes two completely different characters from Slasher, because in Slasher, he's got like all his crazy combos, and he's about mix-ups and meaties and things like that. I'm not gonna run through Unstoppable, because Unstoppable kind of works a lot like Relentless, minus being able to, like stalk your opponent with teleports and things like that. Slasher Jason, his combos are very simple, very, very simple. You could jump in, back 1-2-2, neutral jump, forward 4-2, and he hits so hard. Like it's crazy how simple his combos are. His major downfall is against characters like Kano and Full Auto Jackie. He's gonna suffer. Katana, not so much Melina, because her daggers, they're not doing too much. Like they're keeping him out. But I mean, once you get in, she's dead. With Katana is definitely a problem because he can't really jump over her fans. So he gets caught in the air and then he gets comboed for 27% of the time, and it starts to look ugly that once Katana gets mid-screen or farther from Jason, rather, or half screen or farther. Oh, I didn't go over his crouching normal, sorry. His crouching punch is okay. It's not the best. Let me see what it is exactly. Low poke. It starts at 8 frames. It's not awful. I mean, you can definitely now his down 3. I use his down 3 a lot, to be honest. It's slower, but like I don't know, people don't really expect me to use this move. I'll use it a lot, and then when I catch them, when I catch them like crouching, oh, because this sucks. This is absolutely awful. I hate this move so much. I hate that it's in the game, and I want to kill who put it in here. It bothers me that they have a job. It sucks. Hold on. But his sweep is good. His sweep is really good. It hits really far. I start a lot of matches like this, to be honest. It hits really far. But I use this a lot. I'll use this, and then when I catch him crouching, I'll just do something stupid like that. Get a hard knockdown. Running for a mix-up. He does look creepy. Shinnok is creepy. So that's it for Jason. I'll be back once I learn a little bit more. I'm trying to get better with him while learning other characters for tournaments and stuff. Not that I won't run Jason in tournaments, just this game, people, you know, I've noticed that with this game, counter picking is like a thing. So I want to be able to at least cover myself when I'm gonna run Jason. Alright, I'm out. Deuces.